These two concepts on individuality and relationship are foundational. In other words, they're the most important things we learn as children in the beginning. Some children have families that are very, very relational. The children just know they're part of a very strong family. Some people know that they're in an individual family where they're encouraged to think for themselves and grow and to make decisions for themselves. And in balance, it's you have autonomy, you have something that is working. But when it's not in balance, and that's what we have in a lot of cases, families are out of balance. Okay, the word relationship means able to be with others, able to talk to others, able to help others, able to accept help. And individuality, able to stand firm in what they believe when others disagree. So the 5 families we're going to look at, and I'm going to show a picture of them in a minute, are actually, we have the words here on the screen: chaotic, ruling, bonding, protecting, enmeshed. And this is in your notes as well. But if you look at the graph we have here, the purple area is individuality. So the family on the extreme left are strongly individualistic. Now, right to the other extreme, the families in this other model of parents at the other end are extremely relational, but very little individuality. And in between, of course, is the variation. Now, the ideal is what we call the balanced family, or the bonding family, is what we aim for. So no matter where you come from this side or this side, we encourage you to draw towards the middle, to develop balanced relating, balanced individuality, and balanced emotional connectedness. Okay? So our aim is to raise children that are balanced in relationship and individuality. Now, the family styles are in your notebook on the last page of the session 1 that we're doing now. You can follow it with me, or you can look at the screen here. I just want you to note these pictures give us an idea what sort of families they are, what they look like. Now, some of the families have got solo parents. Now, that's not because all chaotic families are solo parents. They're not. It's just that we included a few solo parent families to say this is a reality. Some children are raised by a single parent, maybe a grandparent, maybe a caregiver. In some cultures, the oldest child is given away to the grandparents to raise. So it could be anyone who's significantly caring for this child. So the bonding is, have a look at that and tell me what you think it looks like. You can see the sort of relationship flow between the children and the parents, right? Now this line across the middle is the line of authority. This is the difference between the children and the parents, right? It's very modern now to have children who are raised calling their parents by their Christian name. In fact, the parents want them to be equal with them. Well, I'm afraid that doesn't work. It's not a healthy thing for a child. Child needs to know and respect authority. But sometimes authority is too strong. And the dark, dark line is about the strength. It's a very thick wall between the parents and the children. Whereas over here, at the other extreme in the enmeshed family, there's no wall between. And this is the sort of family we're talking about. So the bonding family is ideal. There's relationship. Everyone's looking towards each other. They're smiling. They're happy to be with each other. They're communicating. That's the balanced model. That's the ideal bonding family. Let's come out here. You can see, this is a chaotic family. Now, they're not chaotic the way they relate, in a sense that there's not battles and fights, there's not chaos in the house. The way they interact is chaotic. Sometimes dad is dad, sometimes if mum takes the role of mother if she's there, but other times they'll just abdicate. They'll say, no, you look after yourself. I'm going out. Mum says, dad says, I'm going out. Children say, well, what about our tea? And Dad might say, well, here's $5, go and get takeaway, or look in the fridge and cook your own. What do you think I am, your servant? Or something like that. Chaotic is a style of parenting. There are families like this out there who think that it's normal. Right? They think it's normal. They don't know that there is a different way. They might desire something different, but they often can't put it into words. What is it that I need? Okay, so along our graph, the ruling family, now they're a little bit more connected with one another, a little bit more relationship, but still strong in the individualistic way of relating. They're still taught to be individuals. There's very little relating going on. It's usually done through when they're doing jobs together. That's about it, the extent of it. Now, jumping over here to protecting family. Now, you might say, well, this family is very loving. Look how much mum loves these children, or grandma, because it's usually a mother or a grandmother who's protecting, who's strongly protecting. She loves them, but she loves them too much. In fact, she won't let them grow. And one of the things about being an individual is that we learn to grow and make choices for ourselves, learn to make choices and suffer the consequences when we make a wrong choice, right? And that's a factor that's got to be a part. Sometimes parents are so put their children in so much cotton wool they don't think, they don't grow, and that's not good either. Well, I used to think that a family like this, because my family was this, ruling. I used to think these were ideal families, wonderful families, until I started to realize what the problems were that could come out of these families. And these sort of children end up acting out, or they might join gangs to become part of family. These ones here are confused about. They know about relationship, but the mama or grandma always encourages them to come back, not to step out too far. And the enmeshed family, of course, is where there is no I in this family, there's only we. Right? It's very hard to diagnose this as a problem, but it's well known because this family here can create a lot of mental illness in children. And for children to escape, you notice they're all facing the same way. They're not facing each other, they're actually got the same vision, if you like. This is our family. This is what we do in our family. Don't think of anything else. You do what we tell you to do. Now, that enmeshed family, of course, it's very hard to break free from. Children never leave this family easily. They can't, because they're always pulled back. And if they actually do get married, often the family will try and pull the other person's mate's spouse into the family mix. They'll try and buy them in, or something will happen. But if they don't, if they refuse, then they'll cut them off. They'll isolate this other member of the family totally, or this partner of the boy or the girl. So there's a lot of problems in this as well. Okay, I wonder if you can think what sort of family you came from. We're going to go through them bit by bit in a minute. We're going to go through them and allow you to think deeper. But how many come from this side of the family you came from? How many recognize you might have come from this side? Okay. How many recognize they might have come from this side? How many came from here? One. Okay. Great. It's not very often that we even have one. Now, can I just say, the confusion often in families is that dad may have come from one side and mum may have come from the other side. So, and this is often happens in marriages, you get attracted to someone from the opposite. Because if this person here who's looking for family sees someone who's in this wonderful family over here, marries because he thinks or she thinks they're going to get this wonderful family, will end up hating it. Now, she may think, oh, this is such a wonderful boy. He's free. He can do anything he likes. He doesn't have to run around looking after mother all the time. But when they marry, guess what? The things she loved, she will hate, because he will go off and leave her